Good afternoon. It's December 6th, 2022, and we just had two legs down today. I'm going to delete this, but yeah, I believe that these are the two legs. Come down here, and then this leg here, and that gives us two pretty much measured legs. So in the overnight, we were ranging, but clear downward bias. Perhaps this is a trend. But with the support down here, um, it'd be hard to really treat that like a trend, um, because prices aren't really making lower lows. So I was treating it like a range, and if you were doing that, well, you get a second entry right here at the midline. Um, you get a double test right here. So either of those you could argue for taking, but they're not great setups. This is a second entry short at the midline. Not great setups. So I think you want to sit out. We come over here shortly after the open and we get this move down. You get a break and some correction. And you get this failure, but it's just too far away from the EMA. And then you come down here and you get this second entry short off the yellow trend line. So while this is off the trend channel, it's pretty far from the EMA. I think you're due for a correction back to the EMA. It does go further, and then we get some sideways stuff. And we didn't come to this low of this channel. So I think you want to sit out of this, even though you get a double test right here off the EMA. This looks too congestive, and it looks like we're going to get a break of this channel, which we do get. And I'll make this a little bigger. We do form this pink range. We get a break higher, comes down, tests the lows, breaks higher again, but that fails. So then it comes down here, and you get a 1, 2 triple test or double test off of the previous support. And I think that's a good entry. I like that, the bearish bar like that. And then from that we form this bigger range, and it's flip flopping. I don't think there's anything you want to go short on in here. This is just, yeah, it's just flip flopping. When it breaks higher here and then goes lower, there's nothing really you could do here. We get support here, and then this felt like a failure in real time. The failure triggers right after this bar, but this felt like the failure in real time, and that's what it turned out to be. So maybe you take that, but it's congested. That's 5 bars overlapping. And then we come up here and you get this double test with the lower high, but no, I don't think there was really enough room back to the EMA. But you might take that 61.25. Yeah, you might take that. It looks pretty good. And we come down here and you get this this bounce off the support again. And so you might take that simply because it's actually a second entry, but there's a lot of room back to the EMA. So you might take that. But then this support just fails after that, and we form this this channel down, and this is kind of congestive, so it's hard to see this stuff. I don't really like this stuff, but if you're looking at this as a midline, maybe even you look at that at first like that's the channel. Well, you get a second entry short off of that EMA and that trend line. I was looking at this as like a midline. That gets you a nice move down, but even if you drag your lows to these, the midline is valid. So it depends on how you're playing that. I was looking at it like this, and you can see a couple bounces off of the support there. And you do get a second entry short right here. The signal bar is not great though. And then price is just we get a break, and for this correction we get a couple legs to a new high before it reverses. Unfortunately, we don't get a reversal set up till right here, so you're not going to take that. But then we get a break of this channel, and you get a first entry, second entry, good signal bar, and we're in a pretty strong downtrend, so I think you should take that. Then we get this move up, break, move to a new high, and you get a reversal pattern, but it's a lot of bars stacking up, and this really just looks like a double top. We make this double bottom, and you do get a failure right here. That's also a second entry long. I marked it blue. You could probably argue for it to be green, though, since we're in a downtrend all day. But if you saw that we hit the measured move, that kind of looks like a triple bottom. Maybe you take that. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.